Hey, did you guys know that Charles Darwin found inspiration on the Cape Verde Islands, not the Galápagos?
Really? Tell us more.
I'm curious.
Me too.
Well, Darwin was just 22 when he first visited Santiago, the main island in the Cape Verde archipelago. He noted in his journal that he found the local bananas maukish and sweet with little flavor.
Sounds like he wasn't a fan of the bananas.
I wonder what he did like.
Yeah, what inspired him?
Despite his seasickness at the start of his voyage, he found his feet on Santiago. He strolled through coconut groves, heard unknown birds, and saw new insects and flowers.
That sounds lovely.
It must have been quite an adventure.
So, this is where he found his calling as a scientist.
Exactly. It was here that he caught a glimpse of his own powers and recognized a new desire to contribute to the world of natural history.
That's fascinating.
I had no idea about this part of Darwin's journey.
Me neither. Thanks for sharing, Vincent.
You're welcome. Please subscribe and like. Cape Verde is an independent nation today, with 10 islands and nearly 600,000 citizens speaking Creole and Portuguese.
Tell us more about Cape Verde.
Yeah, what's it like there now?
I'm curious about the culture.
Well, tourists usually head to Sal and Boa Vista for white sand beaches, but Santiago has its own charm. The architecture, music, and cuisine blend West African and Portuguese influences.
That sounds like a unique blend.
I'd love to visit someday.
Me too. It sounds like a rich cultural experience.
It definitely is. Santiago stood out to me because it inspired Darwin to become the scientist we celebrate today.
That's a strong connection to history.
I can see why you wanted to visit.
Thanks for sharing your experience, Vincent.
You're welcome. Please subscribe and like. Despite rhapsodizing about Santiago's tropical fruits, Darwin was more curious about the rocks.
Rocks, not the wildlife or plants.
That's unexpected.
So, he was a budding geologist.
Yes, exactly. He wrote in his diary that geology is at present my chief pursuit, and this island gives full scope for its enjoyment.
I had no idea he was so interested in geology.
It shows how diverse his scientific interests were.
Darwin was a true polymath.
Indeed. I even hired a local geologist as my guide to explore the geological aspects of Santiago.
That must have been an educational experience.
I'm learning so much today.
Thanks for sharing, Vincent.
You're welcome. Please subscribe and like. Darwin's journey on Santiago included some interesting encounters, like an enormous baobab tree.
Baobabs are incredible.
What else did he experience?
And what's the wild song mentioned in the article?
Well, visitors had carved their names into the baobab's bark, which is a tradition that goes back centuries. Darwin even measured the tree.
That's a unique piece of history.
I wonder if those carvings are still there.
It would be fascinating to see.
It would. Darwin also described the contrast between the bright vegetation and the black precipices surrounding the village of São Domingos.
That sounds like a picturesque landscape.
I can almost picture it.
Thanks for sharing these details, Vincent.
You're welcome. Please subscribe and like. After 3 weeks on _X000D_X000D_ Santiago, Darwin's passion for the island only grew. He was eager to see more.
He really fell in love with it, didn't he?
It's amazing how a place can have such an impact.
So, did he come back later?
Yes, when the Beagle returned to Santiago nearly 5 years later, Darwin devoted a few paragraphs in his journal to the visit, including the mention of the great baobab tree.
That's a lasting memory.
Santiago left a mark on him.
It's a testament to the power of exploration.
Indeed, Darwin's journey on Santiago is an inspiring story.
Thanks for sharing it with us, Vincent.
We've learned a lot today.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Please subscribe and like.